Welcome everyone to Flying with Furry Friends, the ultimate guide. Traveling with our pets can be a wonderful experience, but it also requires careful planning and preparation. Just like us, our dogs have unique needs, and flying introduces a whole new set of challenges. Over the next few chapters, we'll be covering everything you need to know to make your next flight with your furry friend as smooth and stress-free as possible. We'll discuss airline regulations, health considerations, and tips for keeping your dog calm and collected throughout the journey. Remember, a calm and assertive pack leader is crucial when navigating unfamiliar environments, especially one as bustling and noisy as an airport. Your energy will directly impact your dog's behavior, so staying calm and confident will help them feel more secure. Before we dive into the specifics, let's address the first question on everyone's mind. Are pets even allowed on planes? The short answer is, it depends. Every airline has its own set of rules and regulations regarding animals on board, so it's crucial to check with your specific airline well in advance. Generally, most airlines allow small dogs and cats to travel in the cabin with their owners. This typically involves purchasing an additional ticket for your furry friend, and they'll need to be small enough to fit comfortably in a carrier under the seat in front of you. Larger dogs, however, will usually need to travel as cargo. This means they'll be transported in a specialized, temperature-controlled compartment of the plane. While this might sound daunting, it's generally a safe and comfortable way for larger dogs to fly. Remember, each airline has specific requirements regarding the size and type of carrier allowed, so always double-check their website or contact their customer service for the most up-to-date information. Now you might be wondering what types of pets are generally allowed on planes. Again, this varies depending on the airline, but most commonly you'll find that dogs and cats are the most frequent flyers. Some airlines might have restrictions on certain breeds, especially brachycephalic breeds like bulldogs or pugs, due to their breathing difficulties. It's crucial to research breed-specific regulations beforehand to avoid any surprises at the airport. Other animals, such as birds, rabbits, or even reptiles, might be allowed on certain airlines but often require additional documentation and health certificates. It's best to contact the airline directly to inquire about their policies for transporting these types of animals. Remember, traveling can be stressful for any animal, so it's essential to prioritize their well-being and choose the safest and most comfortable option for their specific needs. In the past, emotional support animals, or ESAs, had more lenient regulations for air travel. However, recent changes by the Department of Transportation have tightened the rules surrounding ESAs on flights. Airlines are no longer required to recognize ESAs as they do service animals. This means that your emotional support dog might not be allowed to fly in the cabin with you for free or without meeting certain requirements. If you rely on an ESA for emotional support, it's crucial to contact your airline well in advance to understand their specific policies and documentation requirements. Be prepared to provide documentation from a licensed mental health professional confirming your need for an ESA. Remember, clear communication with the airline is key to ensuring a smooth travel experience for both you and your ESA. Now, it's important to distinguish between ESAs and service animals. Service animals, unlike ESAs, are specifically trained to perform tasks for individuals with disabilities. These tasks can range from guiding the visually impaired to alerting individuals with medical conditions to changes in their blood sugar. Airlines are legally obligated to accommodate service animals on flights without charging additional fees. However, they might require specific documentation, such as proof of training and vaccination records. When traveling with a service animal, it's essential to ensure they are properly identified with a vest or harness. This not only clarifies their role but also helps create a respectful and understanding environment for everyone on board. Remember, service animals play a vital role in the lives of their handlers, and their presence on flights should be respected and accommodated. If you're planning an international trip with your furry companion, be prepared for additional regulations and paperwork. Different countries have varying rules regarding the importation of animals, so research is key to a successful journey. Some countries might require specific vaccinations, blood tests, or quarantine periods upon arrival. It's crucial to contact the embassy or consulate of your destination country well in advance to obtain accurate and up-to-date information. Remember, failing to meet the specific requirements of your destination country can result in your pet being denied entry, so thorough preparation is essential. As you can see, navigating the world of pet air travel requires careful research and meticulous planning. Every airline and country has its own set of rules, and staying informed is the best way to ensure a smooth and stress-free experience for both you and your furry friend. Remember, a calm and prepared pack leader instills confidence in their dog. By taking the time to understand the regulations, prepare the necessary documentation, and acclimate your dog to the travel experience, you'll be setting them up for a successful journey. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the practical steps you can take to prepare your pet for air travel, from health checks to carrier training. Preparing your furry friend for air travel starts with a visit to your trusted veterinarian. Just like humans, dogs need a clean bill of health before embarking on a journey, especially one as unique as flying. Your vet will conduct a thorough checkup, ensuring your dog is up to date on all necessary vaccinations, and free from any underlying health conditions that could be exacerbated by air travel. They'll also be able to provide you with any required health certificates or documentation for both domestic and international flights. Remember, a healthy dog is a happy traveler, so this initial vet visit is crucial for a smooth and enjoyable flight experience. Speaking of documentation, let's talk about the paperwork required for your furry co-pilot. Airlines often require proof of vaccination records, especially for rabies, as well as a recent health certificate issued by your veterinarian. This health certificate typically needs to be issued within a specific time frame before your flight, usually within 10 days of departure. It confirms that your dog is healthy enough to travel and meets the specific requirements of the airline and destination country. Remember, keep all your dog's travel documents organized and easily accessible. A travel folder dedicated to your dog's paperwork can be a lifesaver at the airport. Now, let's address the elephant, or rather the carrier, in the room. For many dogs, the carrier can be a source of anxiety, so it's crucial to introduce it gradually and create positive associations. Start by making the carrier a comfortable and inviting space. Place familiar blankets or toys inside and leave it open in your living space, allowing your dog to explore it at their own pace. You can also encourage them with treats or praise when they voluntarily enter the carrier. Remember, patience is key. Avoid forcing your dog into the carrier, as this can create negative associations and make them more resistant to entering it in the future. Once your dog is comfortable entering and spending short periods in the carrier, you can gradually increase the duration. Start with feeding them meals inside the carrier, associating it with positive experiences like food and treats. You can also start taking short car rides with your dog in the carrier, gradually increasing the distance and duration. This helps them acclimate to the feeling of movement and confinement, making the actual flight experience less stressful. Remember, consistency is key. Regular carrier training sessions, even for short periods, will help your dog build positive associations and reduce anxiety on travel day. Just like us, dogs need their essentials when traveling. Packing a dedicated bag for your furry friend ensures you have everything you need to keep them comfortable and content throughout the journey. Essentials include food, water, bowls, a leash, waste bags, any necessary medications, and a familiar blanket or toy for comfort. Having their familiar items from home can provide a sense of security in unfamiliar environments. Remember, it's always better to be over-prepared than caught off guard. A well-packed dog travel bag ensures a smoother and more enjoyable experience for both you and your four-legged companion. On the day of your flight, it's essential to ensure your dog is well exercised and has had a chance to relieve themselves before heading to the airport. A tired and relaxed dog is less likely to experience anxiety during the flight. When you arrive at the airport, try to find a quiet corner away from the hustle and bustle where you can give your dog a chance to stretch their legs and go potty one last time before boarding. Most airports now have designated pet relief areas, so inquire about their location upon arrival. Remember, the airport can be an overwhelming environment for dogs, so maintaining a calm and assertive energy as their pack leader is crucial for keeping them calm and collected throughout the process. Okay, so you've decided to bring your furry friend along on your adventure. That's fantastic. Traveling with pets can be a rewarding experience, but it does require some extra planning and consideration. But before you start packing those chew toys and favorite blankets, we need to talk about the rules of the sky. These rules can vary significantly between airlines, so it's important to do your homework. Airlines have specific regulations about pets on board, and understanding them is crucial for a smooth journey. This includes knowing the documentation required, such as health certificates and vaccination records. One of the most important factors is the size of your pet. The size will determine whether your pet can travel in the cabin with you or if they need to be placed in the cargo hold. You see, smaller animals, those who can fit comfortably in a carrier under the seat in front of you, are usually allowed to travel in the cabin with you. This is often the preferred option for many pet owners. This is ideal because you can keep an eye on them and provide comfort throughout the flight. It also reduces the stress on your pet, knowing that you are close by. However, if you have a larger breed, they might need to travel in the cargo hold. This can be a bit more stressful for both you and your pet, but it's often the only option for bigger animals. Now I know what you're thinking. Cargo hold, isn't that for suitcases? And you're right, it is. But it's also designed to safely transport pets, and you're right, it is. But don't worry, the cargo hold is pressurized and temperature controlled just like the cabin. This ensures that your pet remains comfortable and safe during the flight. But don't worry, the cargo hold is pressurized and temperature controlled just like the cabin. Airlines take great care to ensure the well-being of pets traveling in the cargo hold. Of course, I always prefer to have my pack close by, and I know many of you feel the same way about your furry companions. Having them in the cabin allows for constant reassurance and bonding. So, before you book your flight, it's essential to check with the airline about their specific size restrictions for in-cabin travel. Each airline has its own set of rules, and knowing them in advance can save you a lot of hassle. Now, even if your dog fits the size requirements for cabin travel, there's another layer to consider: breed restrictions. Sadly, some airlines have a list of breeds that are restricted from flying, either in the cabin or even in cargo. This often includes brachycephalic breeds, those with short noses like bulldogs, pugs, and Pekingese. Because of their facial structure, these breeds can have difficulty breathing, especially under stress or in warmer temperatures. While it's understandable that airlines want to prioritize the well-being of all animals, these restrictions can be frustrating for owners. Remember, every airline has its own set of rules. So, if you have a brachycephalic breed or any breed with specific needs, it's crucial to contact the airline directly and inquire about their policies. Don't rely on hearsay or assumptions. You want to be prepared and informed so you can make the best decisions for your furry friend's safety and comfort. And remember, even if your dog isn't allowed to fly with a particular airline, there are often alternative options available. Alright, let's talk about the less glamorous but equally important aspects of flying with your pet fees and paperwork. These are the nitty-gritty details that can make or break your travel experience. Just like humans need tickets, your furry friend needs documentation. This isn't just a formality. It's a crucial part of ensuring your pet's safety and compliance with travel regulations. This typically includes a health certificate from your veterinarian, stating that your pet is fit to fly and up to date on their vaccinations. Without this, your pet might not be allowed to board the plane. Some countries might also require additional documentation, such as import permits or quarantine regulations. These rules can vary widely, so it's essential to research the specific requirements of your destination well in advance. Trust me, it's much better to be overprepared than to face delays or, even worse, be turned away at the airport. The last thing you want is to be stuck in a foreign country with an unhappy pet. Remember, calmness and assertiveness start with you, the leader of your pack. Your pet will take cues from your behavior, so staying composed is key. And speaking of preparation, be ready to open your wallet a little wider, because flying with your furry friend does come with additional costs. These can add up quickly, so budget accordingly. Airlines usually charge a fee for pets traveling in the cabin or cargo, and these fees can vary depending on the airline, destination, and size of your pet. It's a good idea to compare different airlines to find the best deal. Think of it as an investment in their well-being and your peace of mind. After all, ensuring your pet's comfort and safety is worth every penny. After all, having your furry companion by your side is priceless, right? The joy and comfort they bring can make any trip more enjoyable. So, before you finalize your travel plans, check the airline's website or contact their customer service to get a clear understanding of the pet fees involved. This will help you avoid any surprises and ensure a smooth journey for both you and your pet. Now let's focus on making your pet's journey as comfortable as possible, especially if they'll be traveling in the cabin with you. First and foremost, invest in a sturdy, airline-approved carrier that provides adequate ventilation and enough space for your pet to stand up, turn around, and lie down comfortably. Remember, this carrier will be their home away from home for the duration of the flight, so make sure it's a space where they feel safe and secure. A cozy blanket or familiar toy can also help ease any anxiety and make the carrier feel more inviting. Once you're at the airport, try to find a quiet corner away from the hustle and bustle where you can let your dog out of the carrier for a bit of exercise and a bathroom break before boarding. A tired and well-exercised dog is more likely to relax during the flight. Remember, airports can be overwhelming for dogs, with all the unfamiliar sights, sounds, and smells. So maintain a calm and assertive energy, and your dog will mirror your behavior. Now, if your furry friend is traveling in the cargo hold, I know it can be a bit nerve-wracking to be separated from them during the flight. But, trust me, airlines have strict protocols in place to ensure the safety and well-being of all animals traveling in cargo. They are trained to handle pets with the utmost care and attention. As pack leaders, it's natural to worry, but remember, confidence and trust are key. Your pet can sense your emotions, so staying calm and positive will help them feel more at ease. Before you even arrive at the airport, make sure your pet's carrier is clearly labeled with your contact information, as well as your destination address and phone number. This is crucial in case of any unforeseen circumstances. Attaching a recent photo of your pet to the carrier can also be helpful. It provides an additional layer of identification. This way, airline staff can easily identify your furry friend and reach you if needed. Clear identification is key to a smooth process. It's also a good idea to freeze a bowl of water and attach it to the carrier. This way, the water will slowly melt throughout the journey, providing your pet with a constant source of hydration. Staying hydrated is essential for their comfort and health. Airlines are required to provide food and water for animals traveling in cargo, but having a familiar source of water can be comforting for your pet. Familiar items can reduce their stress. Remember, preparation is key to a smooth and stress-free experience for both you and your furry friend. The more prepared you are, the better the journey will be. By following these guidelines and trusting in the airline's procedures, you can help ensure that your pet's journey in cargo is as safe and comfortable as possible. Your pet's well-being is in good hands. Okay, we're in the home stretch now. When planning your trip, consider the duration of the flight and whether direct flights or layovers are the best option for your pet. Direct flights are always preferable, as they minimize travel time and reduce the potential for stress and disruption for your furry friend. However, direct flights aren't always possible, especially if you're traveling long distances or to less common destinations. If layovers are unavoidable, try to choose an itinerary with shorter layovers to minimize the time your pet spends in transit. During layovers, airline staff will typically check on pets traveling in cargo, ensuring they have enough food and water and are comfortable. However, if you're traveling with your pet in the cabin, you'll have the opportunity to take them out of their carrier for a quick bathroom break and some stretching during the layover. Remember, just like us, dogs need to move their bodies and relieve themselves, especially after being confined to a carrier for an extended period. So when booking your flights, factor in your pet's needs and choose the option that will make their journey as smooth and comfortable as possible. We all know a dog is not just a pet, they are family. And for many of us, leaving family behind is simply not an option. Traveling with your dog can provide you both with a sense of companionship and security, reducing anxiety for both of you. Imagine arriving in a new city, maybe feeling a little overwhelmed, and your furry best friend is right there with you, tail wagging, ready for an adventure. It's like having a piece of home wherever you go. Remember, dogs are pack animals, and they thrive on being close to their pack leader. That's you. Being together can ease the stress of travel and create a more enjoyable experience for everyone. So if you're hesitant about leaving your furry friend behind, consider the emotional benefits of having them by your side. You'll both be happier for it. Finding reliable pet care can be a real challenge, and kennels can sometimes cause stress and anxiety for our furry friends. Traveling with your pet eliminates these worries entirely. You won't have to scramble for last-minute sitters or worry about your dog feeling abandoned in a kennel. Instead, you can enjoy peace of mind knowing that your furry companion is safe and sound, right there with you every step of the way. You can stick to their routines, provide their favorite foods, and offer the love and reassurance they need, no matter where you are. Remember, consistency is key for a balanced dog. By keeping them with you, you maintain their familiar routines and minimize disruptions to their environment. This can be especially important for dogs with separation anxiety or special needs. The world is becoming increasingly pet-friendly, with more and more destinations welcoming our four-legged companions. From pet-friendly hotels and restaurants to dog parks and beaches, there's a whole world out there waiting to be explored with your furry friend. Traveling with your pet opens up a world of possibilities, allowing you to share new experiences and create lasting memories together. Imagine hiking scenic trails, relaxing on dog-friendly beaches, or enjoying a meal at a sidewalk cafe, all with your beloved dog by your side. These experiences create strong bonds and deepen the connection between you and your dog. Remember, life is an adventure, and it's always more fulfilling when shared with your furry best friend. Traveling often involves a change of scenery and routine, which can be incredibly stimulating for dogs. New sights, sounds, and smells provide mental and physical enrichment, keeping your dog engaged and entertained. Instead of being cooped up at home, your dog can enjoy long walks in new and exciting places, explore parks, and experience the joy of discovering the world with you. This not only provides essential exercise but also helps prevent boredom and destructive behaviors that can arise from being left alone for extended periods. Remember, a tired dog is a happy dog. By providing ample opportunities for exercise and exploration, you're ensuring your dog's well-being and strengthening your bond. Some of life's most cherished memories are made with our beloved pets. Traveling together allows you to create unforgettable experiences that you'll cherish for a lifetime. Whether it's watching your dog frolic on a beach, sharing a meal at a pet-friendly restaurant, or simply enjoying each other's company in a new environment, these moments create lasting bonds and deepen the connection between you and your dog. These shared adventures become part of your shared history, enriching your life and strengthening your relationship. Don't miss out on the opportunity to create these priceless memories with your furry best friend. Traveling with your pet can also help promote pet adoption and responsible pet ownership. When people see the special bond you share with your well-behaved dog, it can inspire them to consider opening their hearts and homes to a furry friend in need. By showcasing the joys of traveling with a pet, you're helping to break down stereotypes and show the world that dogs can be wonderful travel companions. Every time you travel with your dog, you're becoming an ambassador for responsible pet ownership, encouraging others to experience the love and companionship that dogs bring into our lives. Remember, by choosing to adopt and travel with your pet, you're not only enriching your own life, but also making a difference in the lives of countless animals waiting for their forever homes. Now let's talk about the potential downsides of air travel for our furry friends. Air travel can be stressful for anyone, and dogs are no exception. From the unfamiliar sights and sounds of the airport to the confinement of the carrier, the entire experience can be overwhelming for our canine companions. Some dogs handle the stress better than others, but it's essential to acknowledge that air travel can trigger anxiety and fear in our pets. Signs of stress can manifest in various ways, such as panting, pacing, whining, or even attempts to escape. It's crucial to be mindful of your dog's temperament and consider their individual needs before deciding whether air travel is the right choice for them. If your dog is particularly anxious or reactive, it's essential to weigh the benefits against the potential stress and consider alternative travel options. Traveling with a pet can put a dent in your travel budget. Airlines often charge hefty fees for transporting pets, and these costs can vary depending on the airline, destination, and size of your dog. In addition to airfare for your furry friend, you'll also need to factor in the cost of a pet carrier that meets airline regulations, any required health certificates and vaccinations, and potential quarantine fees at your destination. It's essential to research these costs thoroughly and factor them into your travel budget. Before you book that flight, make sure you understand all the fees involved and ensure they align with your financial constraints. Remember, responsible pet ownership includes being financially prepared for the costs associated with their well-being, including travel expenses. Navigating the maze of airline regulations for pet travel can feel like a job in itself. Each airline has its own set of rules and restrictions regarding pet travel, and it's crucial to be well-versed in these guidelines before you even think about booking a flight. These regulations cover everything from the size and type of carrier allowed to the maximum number of pets permitted on a single flight. You'll also encounter restrictions based on breed, weight, and even the destination country's import regulations. Remember, failing to comply with these regulations can result in your pet being denied boarding, so it's crucial to do your homework and ensure you meet all the requirements well in advance of your trip. For those pets fortunate enough to snag a spot in the cabin, space is a precious commodity. In-cabin travel, while preferable for many pet owners, often means your furry friend will be confined to a carrier under the seat in front of you for the duration of the flight. While this arrangement might be manageable for smaller dogs, it can be quite cramped and uncomfortable for larger breeds. Imagine spending hours in a confined space, unable to stretch your legs or move freely. It's not exactly a recipe for a relaxing journey. It's important to consider your dog's size and temperament when deciding whether in-cabin travel is a viable option. If you have a larger dog or one that's particularly active, you might need to explore alternative travel arrangements to ensure their comfort and well-being. Let's face it, air travel is notorious for its unpredictability. Delays and cancellations can occur for various reasons, from weather disruptions to mechanical issues, throwing a wrench into even the most meticulously planned itineraries. While these disruptions are inconvenient for any traveler, they can be particularly challenging when traveling with a pet. Delays might mean extended periods of confinement for your dog, potentially leading to discomfort, anxiety, and even accidents. It's essential to be prepared for the unexpected when traveling with a pet. Pack extra food, water, and any necessary medications for your dog, and be prepared to adjust your plans if delays occur. Remember, flexibility is key when you're traveling with a furry companion. While relatively rare, it's important to acknowledge the potential health risks associated with air travel for pets. The cargo hold, where pets are often transported, can experience extreme temperature fluctuations, posing a risk to animals that are sensitive to heat or cold. Additionally, the close proximity to other animals in the cargo hold can increase the risk of disease transmission. It's crucial to ensure your pet is up to date on all vaccinations and has received a clean bill of health from a veterinarian before embarking on any air travel. Remember, your pet's health and well-being should always be your top priority. If you have any concerns about the potential risks of air travel, it's essential to consult with your veterinarian to determine the safest course of action for your furry friend. Remember, choosing to travel with your pet is a big decision that requires careful consideration and planning. Weigh the pros and cons, assess your dog's temperament and needs, and make informed choices that prioritize their well-being. With proper preparation and a focus on your dog's comfort, you can create positive travel experiences that strengthen your bond and create lasting memories.